everyone. Welcome to Hope for Survival YouTube. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for returning and following our YouTube channel. Much appreciated. Hope you're healthy and well and staying away from the flu and the floods. It's been a rough 6 months for so many people with these disasters that keep occurring, and they're happening closer and closer together. And it seems like they're striking here in our region of America. It seems like they're striking these rural communities for time and time again. Freezing cold temperatures, heavy rains, flooding, washing away homes and lives, and then snow on top of it. But there was something that happened in Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina and now in eastern Kentucky in the Pikeville region that is it's heartbreaking to hear about, and that is individuals who died trapped in their vehicles in the floodwaters. And they were unable to get out of their vehicle. In a recent case in Pikeville, I watched a video yesterday, and the lady had a photograph of a gentleman standing about waist deep in the floodwaters. It looked like it was maybe a river, a flood, river that had flooded. And he was holding a dog, and she told a story of a gentleman who was a neighbor, and the gentleman holding the dog was a neighbor, but a neighbor was trapped in his truck, I believe it was, with his dog, and the water was washing his vehicle away, and the water was rising, and the gentleman was beating on the glass and he couldn't get out of the truck. So another neighbor witnessed it and ran and jumped in the freezing river that there was now snow falling, and he swam to the vehicle and he was trying to get the door open or break the glass on the window on the driver's door to rescue this individual. And they could not get the door open, nor could they get the glass, the window, all the way down. So the gentleman was trapped in the vehicle. He did get the window down far enough to pass his small dog through the window to the gentleman trying to rescue him. And they rescued the dog. And that was the dog the gentleman was holding in the photograph, standing in the water, looking out away from the camera, but towards the water. And the gentleman that was trapped in the truck perished because he couldn't get out of the vehicle. And there's multiple stories over the last 6 months of individuals being trapped inside of vehicles that they couldn't get out. This is so preventable. I mean, it should be fairly, I'm not criticizing, I'm just sharing. It should be fairly common knowledge that when a vehicle is submerged in water, you're not going to get the door open. And if the vehicle is primary electronic versus the old style where you can roll the window down with a knob on the door, there's a chance that the electrical part is not going to work. Regardless, if you're in a vehicle with your family, you need to have a plan on how to get out of these vehicles, okay? A solution as to how you're going to break that glass to get out. Okay, when you if you can break the glass, then you're going to have the rush of water coming in to the vehicle. And you need to think about it, maybe talk to fire and rescue on what to expect when the water comes in, the pressure from the water, for you to then release the seatbelt and get out. Okay. So probably about 10 years or so ago, in the effort in preparedness planning, I came across a fairly common tool that I purchased, relatively inexpensive, less than $30 probably. I believe I bought them off of Amazon, and it's this device right here. Okay, it's fairly small. We keep them in the doors of our driver's side, on the driver's side of our vehicles. Okay, you have to USB charge. It has a flashlight, an emergency light. You can USB charge, or you can solar charge, laying it on your dash, right? It's got a compass on the end as well. But the primary point of why I'm doing this video is to show you there is a glass break tool right here that you can strike the glass one or multiple times. Okay, you may have to hit it multiple times because most windows today, for safety reasons, the side and front windows are going to basically have to peel out. Okay, it's rare that they will fragment into thousands of pieces. It's for a safety purpose, so you may have to bust it a few times and then pull down. It's kind of like it's got a film over it, to get it free. Okay, in newer vehicles. The other important part of this gadget is this piece right here, and this is a seatbelt cutter. If you're potentially in a vehicle that is rolled over in the water and you're hanging upside down in your seat with your seatbelt on, your weight pressing against the seatbelt straps may cause the seatbelt latch or lock to have pressure on it, and it may be difficult to release once you hit that button. So you may have to apply a lot of pressure, and if you're a smaller person or frail, it may be a little bit difficult on you. Okay, you may have to wiggle around in your seat to try to release some of the weight on that seatbelt to get that seatbelt lock to release. And then you need to be ready for when you do release it, if you're upside down, that you're going to drop. Okay, the key is not to panic, but it's to be able to, if you have to, cut that seatbelt to free it up, and then break the glass and get out of that vehicle. Okay, you may be able to have oxygen to breathe while the water is outside your vehicle, and then be ready once you crack or break that glass. The water pressure from the outside may help you get that window out once you crack it, break it. But you can't panic. You've got to be able to keep your wits about you and use this tool. And there's probably other tools out there that are similar. All right. But you need to have something reachable near you that you can get your hands on to break that glass. Okay, you do not want to be another statistic getting trapped in your vehicle and dying inside that vehicle when you could have likely got out if you weren't injured in the rollover or some type of an accident. All right. Teach your family members where you keep this at. If you have family members that ride in the back seat that are of an age where they won't take this and use it as a toy and play with it, because this is very sharp. All right, the glass breaker and this piece right here that cuts seat belts up under here, it's very sharp. All right, you don't want children playing with it, but if they're of age to understand, you may want to consider putting a second one of these in the back part compartment of your automobile. All right, so just give that some thought. Okay. I hate reading about any kind of deaths in a disaster, especially when there are ways and there's tools available to help aid you in your escape from whatever the threat is. And it all goes back to, again, preparing, staying ahead of the threat, thinking outside the box, and staying left of bang. Okay? In this case, the bang is being trapped in a vehicle. Staying left of bang means, how am I going to avoid that threat of dying in a vehicle? Don't put it off. All right? So if you like this video, please hit like. If you got any comments, please feel free to leave them. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And don't forget to be blessed, and always remember to count your blessings. Please keep all these disaster victims in your prayers. Bravo Echo out. Thank you for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. If you are new to Hope for Survival, you can check out our books at our webpage. Book 1, which is Hope for Survival, Getting You Prepared for Disasters, and Book 2, Hope for Survival, The Mindset, are both available for order on the website. We also offer the Hope for Survival football stick, which is a memory stick set up as a digital filing cabinet with files already loaded on there for you to digitally copy items such as deeds, auto transcript for ownership, wills, living wills, loans, banking information, items that if your home burned down or you had some form of a disaster, you could have all your important papers already digitally filed on this stick. All you do is simply drag the digital file into the appropriate preset folder so that you'll have it in the event of a disaster. You have to flee your home in a hurry, or also if you're away from home and you need critical information that's personal, if you have your memory stick with you, you can put it in your computer and pull that information up wherever you may be. Again, you can find these items to order at our website, https www.hopeforsurvival.com, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com, and I will try to help you out. Again, thanks for checking out the Hope for Survival YouTube channel. Hope to see you again.